Okay, so brother, in our last session, we had some practice on Java constructor. And if
hmm
you remember, during our last step, we had to make one of our fields static to let our program work as we want. And then I asked you to read about static in Java. Have you read about static or you
Um,
get a chance?
yeah, I kind of know what static means.
Okay, so according to your understanding, can you explain to me
Mhm.
what is static?
Yeah, static means that you can access it. You can access it through more than one class.
And uh, okay, it's correct, but I want more, more clearer definition. Like what you just said, it's right, it's correct, but I want clearer definition.
Mhm.
Can
It's in
you?
a method. Yeah, it's static is in a method, and you can basically make that method static or private, or you can make it accessible, or you can make it private.
Okay, like it's accessible by class. That's
Yep.
what you mean, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's correct. But let me give you another definition. Okay. In the simplest form, we can say that static is a keyword in Java. Okay. It can be used with both uh, fields or methods. Okay.
hmm
To make them shared among all objects of that class. So if we have static variable or static method, it's tied to the class, not to the object. And it can be shared among all objects created from that class. Okay, you understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's explain more. Maybe still cannot understand the difference between a normal non-static and static variable or method. Do you remember when we explained the class and object in Java and the difference between class and object? We had an example talking about objects. We said object could be somehow like a student answer to exam questions. And we said that in a class we have uh, sometimes we have exams.
hmm
So in exam questions are the same for all students, okay? But each student has his own answer to such question, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here the exam itself is a class, okay? And uh, the exam answers represented by objects, okay? So object holds values, okay, for a class, exactly the same as students answering questions for exam, right?
Right.
Okay. Now in static to apply the same static keyword, imagine also in classroom we have like a whiteboard. If student one in this classroom went to the whiteboard and write a sentence, is it readable and accessible by other classmates or not to that student?
Yes, it is.
Of course it is, because it's public for all classroom members, right?
Right.
So if student one writes something on whiteboard, so still student two and student three can read that sentence or even modify that sentence, right?
hmm
Unlike the exam paper, if student one answered question one in the exam, Okay, student 2 has no access to this answer of student 1. He cannot read it and he cannot modify it, right? He
Right.
only has access to his own answer. He can read his own answers. He can read, he can modify, he can even write new answers to the same questions, right?
Yes.
So that's exactly the difference between static and non-static variable method. Non-static
Mm.
variable is only dedicated, okay, to class object. So it's unique for each object created from that class, okay? Let's say it's independent. You understand?
Yeah, independent, yeah.
Yeah. But on the other side, we have the static variable or the static method is shared among all objects. So its value could be accessed, read, and even modified, okay, by all objects created from that class. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, so let's share my screen with you. Let's have coding example to let the concept more clear. And if you have any question, please ask.
Hmm. Static is basically access modifier, like an access.
No, static is not an access modifier.
Yeah.
Access modifier is like we said public, private. We will
Hmm.
talk about access modifiers later, but static is a, a unique keyword. Okay, it has nothing to do with access modifiers. Don't get confused.
Okay.
Okay, so now I think you can see my screen now, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. So here in my OOP class, OOP package, sorry, I will create a new class. And you know what? I will try to implement exactly the same example we just explained about. So here I will create a class called classroom. Okay.
Hmm.
And I will, you know, have a normal integer. Okay. I will call it exam answer. Okay. And I will have another integer and I will call it whiteboard. Okay. But this time the whiteboard, I will make it static. So here I have two integers in this classroom. One is called exam answer and another one is called whiteboard. Both of them are integers. Okay. But the whiteboard is static. Okay. Here
Okay.
in the classroom, I will create a constructor. So public classroom. This constructor takes no arguments. Okay. But here in the constructor body, I will do something. You know what? I will change the value of this exam answer. I will increment it by 1. Okay.
Hmm.
And I will do the same also for whiteboard. Whiteboard will be also incremented by 1. Then I will print statement. I will say exam answer is then I will print the value of exam answer. And again, I will do the same with the whiteboard. So here, whiteboard is, and I will print the value of whiteboard. Okay, so that's my classroom class. Okay,
Okay.
I will create a new class. I will call it main class 2. And in this main class 2, I will create a new object of my classroom. I will call it C1 equal new classroom. Okay, and I will create 2 more objects of this classroom. This one will be C2 and this one will be C3. If I run my program now, what do you expect the output will be? Like here, I'm creating 3 objects of classroom, and here in my constructor I have this one. I increment both variables by 1. One variable is a normal non-static variable, the other one is static variable, and then I print the value for each one of them each time I create a new variable of this class. What will happen? What do you expect the value will be for exam answer and for whiteboard?
Twice. It will repeat twice.
Sorry?
It will repeat twice.
It will repeat twice. Yeah, it will repeat, but what is the answer? What's the value here for exam answer and for whiteboard? Like here, when I create C1, what will be the value for exam answer and whiteboard? And look, I will initialize this with 0. They already have default value of 0, but to make it more clear to you, like I have here, initial value of 0 to this one and this one. Okay, so here when I create C1 object from classroom, what will be the value of exam answer and what will be the value for whiteboard?
That would be probably one.
So this one will be 1 and this one will be 1 also, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what about when I move to the next line and create C2 object? What will be the values for both of them? What will be the value for exam answer?
One. We'll do 1 as well.
Okay, what will
No,
be
it'll
the
be
value?
2.
What will be the value? Okay, wait. What will be the value for whiteboard?
Probably.
Remember, whiteboard is a static variable, so it's shared among all objects. So what will be the value of this whiteboard?
It'll be 2.
2. Okay, great. And then lastly, when I create C3, what will be the value for exam answer?
It'll be 3.
Exam answer. Exam answer
Oh,
is a non-static variable. It's a normal field.
oh yeah, that's what that'd be too.
So it's independent for each object.
Oh yeah, independent, yeah.
So what will be the value for exam answer?
That would be the one, right? That'd be one.
Okay, and whiteboard
It'd be two.
2. It was 2 last time.
Oh yeah, three.
Oh, okay. So let's run and see if your expectation is right or wrong. Look, first, exam answer is 1, and whiteboard is 1 also. Because here we created this first object, so we had both exam answer and whiteboard, both of them was equal to 0. But here, for the second object, when we call this constructor for the second time, exam answer is still 1, because as we just said, exam answer is a normal field. It's non-static field, so it's independent for each object. So again, it had the initial value 0 and it's incremented by 1, so its value is 1. But since the whiteboard is a static field which is shared among all objects, okay, so we had initial value for whiteboard of 1. Okay, so here the second object C2 again incremented this whiteboard by 1. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. So now whiteboard is 2. We are done creating the second object C2. Now with the third object C3, we call this constructor for the third time. Again, exam answer is a non-static field, so it has initial value of 0. 0 incremented by 1 equals 1. But whiteboard is a static field. It's shared for all of them, so it had initial value of 2. Then it's incremented by 1, so 2 plus 1 equals 3. So now whiteboard is equal to 3. Good job, brother. You answered,
Thank you.
which means that you understand the concept of static keyword very good. Okay, it's easy, it's not hard. Okay. One last thing I want to ask you here in our classroom class, we represented exam answer, we represented whiteboard. What if we want to represent also exam question? Exam question shared among all students, okay? But also, it's constant, which means cannot be modified. Always the same. Like exam question will never get changed, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's not only shared, but it's shared and it's fixed. It's not editable. It's constant. So how can we represent this in our classroom class? Do you have any idea?
Sorry, it's hard for me to hear you.
Sorry, I couldn't
It
hear.
was hard. Oh, good. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear your voice.
Okay, I'm asking you, like, how to represent the exam question here in our classroom class. And note that exam question is shared among all students in the classroom, but not only
Mhm.
shared, but it's also fixed. It's non-editable. because exam question will remain the same. It cannot be changed. So how to represent this here in our code? Do you have any idea?
No.
Okay, so let's put our exam question here. I will call it exam question. For example, it's how old are you? Okay. And it's shared among all objects of this class. So it will be static. Okay. But again, it's uneditable. So how to say it's uneditable? We will say, we'll use the keyword final. So here the keyword final makes this exam question, okay, make it constant. And by the way, for the naming convention, okay, here in constant variables, constant fields, okay, we type the name all in capital letters. So here exam question will be exam question, like that, okay? Do you have any question? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Okay, so I will just write these notes here. So static keywords in Java is used with variables and methods to make them shared among all objects. Okay. Final keyword is used to make the fields constant. Constant means non-editable. Okay. What else?
I know.
Let me hear. Create a method. Void all answer exams. So here in answer exams, it's a non-static method. Okay. Can I access a non-static variable?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
I
Yes.
can say it, for example. Can I, here in non-static method, can I access a static variable? What do you think?
Say that again.
Here in non-static
Can you what?
method, can I access a static variable?
Yeah, yes, you can. Yep.
Yes, you can. So here, whiteboard equal to 3, for example. Okay. Now I will create another void function. I will call it write on whiteboard. So this write on whiteboard function, I will make it static this time. So now we are in a static method. Okay. Can I access a static field? This is a static field, and now I'm writing code in my static method, static function. Can I access this static field inside my static
Yes, you can
function?
access.
Yes, whiteboard equal 87, for example. So I have no problem. Okay. But can I access exam answer, which is non-static field inside the static function called write on whiteboard? Do you think
Yes,
so?
you can access.
No, I can't.
Yep.
Exam
No.
answer equal 0, for example. Look, it gives me an error telling me a non-static field exam answer cannot be referenced from static context. So here I would say this one is not possible. Here I would say non-static fields cannot be accessed from static function. Okay. Okay, good. So here, if I go to my main class 2, here I create 3 objects of the classroom. Classroom class. Okay. If I want to access exam answer, can I access the exam answer from object name or from class name?
Yep.
Like if I want to call exam answer or to access exam answer, it's a non-static field. So here I should, using the object, I can, say exam answer equal 9, for example. Okay. And to call a static object, static field in the classroom class, I can call it directly using the classroom class name. Like here, classroom.whiteboard equal 52, for example. So here to access this whiteboard, I should not create an object and then using this object I access the static field. No. Only using the class name I can directly access the static field. And same with the static method right on whiteboard. But I cannot do the same here, classroom dot exam answer like this. It will 8. Again, not possible.
because of
Not
it's already
possible.
instantiated.
Why not possible? Because exam answer is a non-static field. So again here, we can't call a non-static field, okay, using the class directly. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you understand?
Yep.
Okay.
Which one
Why
is
is this
non?
static? Why is this static keyword is very useful?
And cool.
Like for example, I tell you here I will create a variable called school name. School name. Okay. Let me ask you a question. We here in our classroom, does the school name change? Like whenever class we are in, we are still in the same school, right?
Yep.
So for example, here I call this school equal programming Java school. So this programming Java school is a common property for all classrooms. But if I make this school name non-static, it will be duplicated for each and every object I create from this classroom, which consumes memory. Like here, for example, when I create C1 object, okay, there is a space in memory for the school name property. And again, when I create an object called C2 from classroom, again, there is a space in memory for the C2 object for the property called school name. And again, it's the same for C3 objects. Again, it has place in memory for the school name property. So why I duplicate these 3 spaces in memory for 3 objects while the value is still the same? The value never changed. It's programming Java school. For all C1, C2, C3 objects, the value of school name is the same.
Mm-hmm.
So why I consume too much memory in 3 places while the value is only 1? So to solve this problem, I just add the static keyword. So using the static keyword, I make the school name field shared. So it's not consuming that much of memory for all these objects. You understand?
Yep.
So here, last point, I will say static keyword is mainly used to optimize memory usage. Okay, you understand?
Yeah, static keywords.
Is it
Okay.
clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's clear.
do you have any questions?
Static, basically, yeah, static is shared. If static means that you share it, share the variable
Yes,
or
it's a
the
common field or common method, okay, among all objects. It's related to the class, not to the object.
okay.
So you understand the
You can,
difference between static
yeah, you
and
can use it in
non-static?
a method as well, right?
Yes, it's
Mm,
also used
yep.
with method as well. Like here, as you can see here, write on whiteboard uh, method is accessed using the classroom name. Why? Because this white write on whiteboard, okay, it's a static method. But here answer exams method, okay, cannot be used here directly using the class name classroom. Why? Because it's a non-static method. So this one again not possible. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other question? Feel
Mm,
free to ask.
classroom dot class b dot answer. Mm, mm, that's cool. That's pretty straightforward.
Okay. Anyway, take your time, review all this information, and if you have any question, feel free to contact me anytime. Okay.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay. Like for me, I'm done for today.
Okay.
I hope the topic is clear to you. Please
Yeah.
do some
Very
practice. You can contact me
great.
anytime you want. Okay.
Okay.
And we will be meeting you again in the next session.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you so much.
great. You're most welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Take care,
Thank
my
you.
friends. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Stay safe. Goodbye. Bye bye.
Thank you.